What up, artists? My name is Dwayne Jones. I'm the creative director and founder of a lifestyle brand called Art Pays Me. This is the Art Pays Me podcast, and I'm passionate about finding ways that people like you and me can make a living for ourselves off of our creativity. And, maybe we can make the world a better place at the same time. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to DJ Daw from saltwire.com. Art Pays Me was listed as one of the 5 Haligonian hosted podcasts you should check out. So, yeah, check out saltwire.com and search for that. And thank you very much for that shout out. It's good to get some good news in this climate. Hey, y'all. It's me, Dwayne. It's a solo episode today. I'm just going to riff off of how I'm basically feeling right now. So I've been really into my own thoughts and in my own head as COVID-19 crisis has been unfolding, and really thinking about what it means to be an artist in a situation like this, and what it means to be a creative professional who maybe has clients that rely on your creativity to promote a product that now seems to be less relevant because people are more concerned with survival at this point. So a lot of what we do in the creative world starts to feel somewhat like a luxury for some. So, in times of like this, the luxuries are the first things to get cut. Like shout out to the healthcare workers, shout out to the transport drivers, shout out to the people in the city that are, working on the infrastructure. People pick up your trash every week. The people who work in the grocery stores who are putting their lives at risk. This really is an opportunity for us to re-examine what this society functions on and who are the people that are doing the work. I've always been very hyper focused on artists and where our role is and our value is, but this is also an opportunity to say, look, there are these other parts of society that we often haven't given as much attention to or put as much value in as we probably should have, and we need to really pay attention to that. Look, even education, my wife's an educator, and she's always been an advocate for it, but I think a lot of parents are starting to really understand a little more what educators deal with now, that they have to educate their children while school isn't in. And then I start to think, well, okay, how long is this thing going to be? No one can say definitively how long we'll be in recovery from corona or in isolation and everything else. How long are we who create things that are considered luxuries supposed to sit and sort of wait until our time comes back? What if it never comes back? What if this is the new normal? I shared some of these thoughts with former guest Rebecca Thomas, and she kind of talked me off the ledge. I didn't even realize I was on the ledge. So shout out to her. But basically, realistically, there will be some kind of a vaccine or something that comes out that helps us get to the end of this. And it won't be forever. So the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. So, if this is the new permanent normal and, there is nothing coming to save us, well, then we all have to rethink what it means to be humans in this world and where our place sits. But in the meantime, what I'm suggesting and what I'm sort of keeping in mind is rely on any opportunity that you have at this point to keep you afloat and lean on that, financially speaking. Rely on the connections you can with people as much as you can. Keep maintaining relationships. keep creating. I gave myself a daily sketch project. I kind of missed it the last couple of days, but you know what? That's the other side of it. Don't feel too much pressure to give yourself a creative project or come out of this crisis with some big master plan. Allow yourself to just do nothing, because that's important too. And sometimes the greatest things come out of the do nothings. It's okay to do nothing. It's okay to focus on survival right now. People are dying. People are legitimately struggling. And it's okay if you are in that category of someone who is struggling, or even if you're in some, like, your mental health is just out of whack because of all the general uncertainty of what's going on. It's okay to just say, I'm not doing anything for a week or longer, or however long you need. Do not feel any kind of pressure to do anything during this. It's perfectly fine and normal to not want to do anything. Personally, for me, I know that my art making is therapeutic for me, and when I do make myself do stuff, I end up feeling better. So that's kind of why I gave myself the daily sketch project, just because when I, can take the pressure off of myself of just creating something, even if it, doesn't look as good as I'd like it to be. I'm exercising a muscle. I'm opening different avenues in my brain that didn't, that were blocked previously. And it feels good. It feels good. So keep that in mind. Give yourself a project as long as it feels good. If it feels like it's adding to the anxiety when this is already a high anxiety environment, then stop doing it. Give it a break. Don't beat yourself up. We're all trying to just figure this stuff out right now. With that, peace and love to all of you. Stay safe. Wash your damn hands. Stay in the house as much as possible. And we out. Thank you so much for listening to the Art Pays Me podcast. Thank you to Langy Beats for the theme music. If you got anything out of this show, please rate, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. The more you do this, the more reach the podcast gets, and the more artists I can help learn to make a living at what they love. If you want to know more about what I do, hit me up at artpaysme.com or at artpaysme on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. See y'all next time.